Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over the new Star Wars Visions anime series official trailer. Now, first of all, before starting this video, I want to say a couple things. Number one, I apologize for this video being pretty late because this trailer was released literally 14 days ago. I think maybe even 15 right now. So sorry, I was very busy with LegoCon and all those announcements. Well, not all those announcements, but the announcement that the Skywalker Saga was delayed, which I'm still very bummed about, but obviously that's a topic for a different video, which if you haven't already seen that one, go check it out. So now I finally got around to making this video, and hopefully I can release this video right now, today. Well, recording this right now, but I might have to release this tomorrow. But hopefully I can release this as quick as possible. And that also, I've started a new channel called, well, a secondary channel called Star Wars Now Gaming Clips. So in that channel, I include Jedi Fallen Order clips, funny glitches, and basically stuff like that. So I've already uploaded like 3 videos right now. So more videos will be coming soon. But please subscribe to that for more stuff like that, you know, I guess, if you like my channel. And now let's just get right into it. So right here right here where I'm watching on the screen, let's see, I have the subtitles on. So I muted it because you wouldn't be able to hear my voice. And let's see what's going on. I've already seen this trailer a couple times. So right here, sorry, let me just hit play. So right here we seem to have a character who is in a hood, and he seems to be looking at a horizon, which appears to be, I guess, kind of like a snowy planet maybe, or maybe those are clouds. This is probably an original planet that they've created just for this series. Nothing really remarkable about the scene. And then there's voiceover with somebody saying, long ago, a great warrior came to this village. Then you see a black and white photo with this warrior who, like he just says, a great warrior, and he appears to be walking, and he's probably that warrior that gave whatever he's about to say. Now, as you can see right here, this photo is black and white, except for a couple stuff, which I'm going to circle if I remember to circle during editing. And though this is an episode that's going to be entirely black and white, except for a couple highlights, which are going to be in color. Everything is in black and white, kind of like the Giver book, which was terrible, Mazrio. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So yeah, that was a very terrible book, but that's not really the subject of this video. So everything is in black and white, and we see a warrior who's walking towards us, which is probably what he's about to say. So long ago, a great warrior came to our village, is what he's saying. And then you see a girl who appears to be putting on some sort of, I guess like I don't know what that is. Looks like kind of like an eyeliner or something. I don't know. And the subtitles say, entrusted our ancestors with this. And then you see somebody giving a kyber crystal to somebody. Now, just as a side note, I put these subtitles on because I muted it. And this is the English version of the trailer. But apparently, so the first trailer they released was the Japanese version of this trailer. And when I first saw the Japanese version, I was actually kind of worried that the show was going to be only in Japanese and that there was going to be no English. And I was going to have to turn on subtitles. But luckily, the show is in Japanese and English. So then we see a crate, and then you see the person who's doing the voiceover, who looks like he has some kind of like a scar on his face or something. So maybe he did get into a duel, and this is how he knows it. So he used to be a Jedi maybe, and now his daughter, he's telling his daughter that now she has to kind of pass on the family tradition or something. I don't know. We're going to have to see how the series unfolds. So let me just put the volume down again, sorry. Okay, then you see somebody who, you just see like an eye open of somebody, which is probably the daughter or something. And now the subtitles at the bottom say, it's power and responsibility now lie with you. So I'm guessing that's probably going to mean something. Then you see somebody open the crate, and you can see a beautiful lightsaber, what it appears to be. It's clearly a custom lightsaber, and it's clear that this had some inspiration from the Japanese swords and stuff like that, because it's more flat, kind of like the dark saber, it kind of looks like. Then you see her kind of assembling it. So she puts in the kyber crystal, she flips on the switch, and now you see somebody else ignite a red lightsaber. So this is probably not the same person as before, because we're assuming that, you know, like, that person is probably a light sider. They're probably on the good side. Now this is probably one of the bad guys of the series. So then you see somebody who General Grievous would be jealous of. This girl has 6 lightsabers, so General Grievous is coming after her. And it's a very funny reference because everybody always makes fun, like, whenever somebody, like, I have a couple lightsabers, like, personally, that I don't have my Galaxy's Edge one, and I have a couple other lightsabers that are just plastic ones. So General Grievous is not going to come after me, but General Grievous is definitely going to come after this person. And like Bombastic said, this trailer has a large, like, it has a lot of lightsabers in the trailer, because apart from a couple Star Wars stuff, this is really kind of its own series on the based on Star Wars. So it's got lightsabers, it's got like Jabba, it's got like people from the Star Wars universe, but it's really not actually a Star Wars series. So then the subtitles say so. And we see a person over here, the person which I mentioned in my special looks trailer. You can see there's a person over here who has a beard cut in two, who's doing a close-up fight. And that person has two samurai sword lightsabers. And then you see another person over here who appears to be a Padawan, because if you look, she appears to have like a Padawan braid almost like behind her. So I'm guessing that maybe that person is a Padawan of some sorts. I don't know. So this is a very interesting series right here. Then you see a person which is kind of more of a shadowy figure. You see somebody who has a green lightsaber dueling somebody who has a red lightsaber. So it's very faint, but you can barely get a big quick view of it. So sorry, I'm just going to skip back for a couple seconds. Sorry about that. I missed something very quickly. So there's a very quick scene right here. I'm going to have to pause very quickly. So just give me a second. General Grievous. Oh, right here. You can see the bunny character that I was talking about before. The character that seems to be based on a rabbit in the Star Wars universe. And she appears to be pulling out two green lightsabers. But it's hard to tell because the scene moves so quick. Like, if I hadn't been pausing it and playing it, then I wouldn't... You can't even see the scene. It's like a flash. Then you see somebody who also appears to be pulling out two lightsabers, but they kind of look like electro staffs, kind of. I don't know, maybe that's an electro staff. I'm going to try to... No, sorry, the scene is too quick. Now we get another scene from that black and white episode that I was talking about before, kind of like in the Giver book. Terrible, Mazir, I'm sure you know that. So yeah, this is a black and white episode, but you can see that there's a bit of color on her, so I'm guessing that her lightsaber is still going to be the color red. And then she's just, everything else is going to be black and white. Then you see the slash, and then you see it kind of makes a big storm of sand or something. And then you see somebody who appears to be using the Force to stop a lightsaber from hitting them, that is the power of Force shield, which you can see in Jedi Fallen Order when Vader at the end, he uses a Force shield. And in the Rise of Skywalker, you see that Rey and Kylo Ren, they stop their lightsabers from hitting them continuously in the fight on Kef Bir. So you see that. Then you see the Lucasfilm logo painted blue, which is the theme color of Star Wars Visions, as you probably know. And then you see a giant Star Destroyer. Now, just looking at this scene right here, this reminds me of a lot of Rogue One. You know that scene where Rogue One is over Jedha City? This reminds me a lot of Rogue One, and I bet you it's based on Rogue One. And that Star Destroyer honestly looks pretty stunning. I'm not a big fan of the animation, but this series actually gives me a bit of hope for... Like, I don't like anime, but the animation actually looks pretty good for animation. I have to admit. Disney Presents, then you see a girl and a rabbit character going down the stairs with a droid that appears to be hovering behind them. So then the subtitles say you've been guided by the Force since you were born. So I'm guessing that it must be the father. Well, if I had the noise on, I'm assuming that's the father, the person that had the scar on his face earlier. I'm guessing that's the father talking to the rabbit character, because I think the rabbit character is his daughter or something. I really don't know. See, look, this is mostly shrouded in mystery until we get some more news or something. Like, I am going to be making a Star Wars Visions, everything we know about it video, because Star Wars Visions is coming in about 3 weeks from now. I think it was 3 weeks from yesterday, because, yeah, so this series is coming pretty soon. Then you see a close-up of the rabbit character right here, and then you see she appears to be flying with an umbrella, and you see a bunch of lights behind her. Now, those lights can be two things. Number one, those can be windows of a big city, or those could be kyber crystals, kind of like in one of the episodes of Freemaker Adventures, where you see all the kyber crystals on that planet. And then you see 7 visionary anime studios. So we're going to have one of these studios for each episode, and then 2 of the studios are going to do 2 episodes. Because this episode is 9 episodes long. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be 10. Then they brought it back down to 9, or I don't know. Rumors are spreading around. I looked on IMDb. IMDb only lists 9 episodes, but I believe there are 10 episodes. So then we have, it appears to be 2 characters right here, which appear to be the twins. Now, just looking at this, they appear to not be identical twins. I think one of them is a girl, one of them is a boy. I don't know. But it said you were born at the last moment arrives. You're born at the last moment arrives. So I have no idea what they mean. I'm just putting the subtitles on. I have no idea what that means. But one of the episodes is called The Twins. So that will be interesting to see. One is probably light, one is probably dark. So that's interesting. Then you see a character who shoots a thing, and somebody uses the Force, I think. I don't know. That was a very quick scene. And right here, I paused it perfectly because you can see a blaster. Now, this blaster has a very striking resemblance to Padme's blaster from The Phantom Menace. It looks almost exactly the same except for the gun tip right there. It's a bit wider than the one that Padme had, but that was clearly taken from inspiration from the one that Padme had. Then you see somebody trying to shoot a person with handcuffs, and then you see that it's just stopped in midair, like how Kylo Ren stopped the blaster bolt in The Force Awakens. Then you see a character over there who was the one who stopped, who used Force Slow, like Cal Kestis or Kylo Ren, to probably save the person. So that might be a light sider, because we're assuming that the Jedi, like the Sith, would never save somebody unless that was a bad guy. Then I'm assuming that was one of the Jedi. So then we see the girl just pushes the blaster bolt right back at the person. So as you see, that was probably a light sider. So, you know, I've seen this trailer a couple times. It's just I don't remember the full details of it. And this answers my question from earlier. It says 9 original stories. So this will be 9 episodes. So originally it was supposed to be 10. Then they brought it down to 9. I'm not very, I mean, it's a bit of a bummer because I was actually looking forward for this show. But I'm guessing there's probably going to be season 2. We've already gotten a confirmed season 2 for What If and The Bad Batch. So I think since these shows are doing very well, I'm definitely sure that we're going to get a season 2 if all Star Wars fans like it. So then you get to see somebody pouring tea, which is, I was expecting that to be green milk. It's not like green milk or something. It's just normal tea is what it appears to be. So nothing really special in this scene. There's not a lot of Easter eggs in this trailer, but there are a couple stuff. Like if I had the noise on, you would hear that they have very interesting noises that they've used. Like Bombastic said, they've had access to all the sounds in the entire Star Wars library. So basically, every time you hear a lightsaber hit, you hear the lightsaber sound effect from the movie. So they've used sound effects right here. Now, this thing is actually a very interesting scene right here because I have no idea what this person is doing. This person looks like it's... First of all, it appears to be a bucket on their head, and they seem to be using like a radio sensor or something, probably looking for something, but I have no idea what they're doing in a forest lush planet. Now, this planet has nothing, I don't know what planet this could be. This kind of has a bit of resemblance to Scarif, but I think there's not enough water. Like, Scarif was half water, half tree, so this is probably not Scarif because in Scarif there's more water, but I don't know what this is. Then you see 2B1 going on a speeder, which you can clearly tell as a 74-Z speeder, or as probably you guys more know it, the Endor speeder bike. So that was clearly, and you can even hear, if I had the music on, you would be able to hear that, you could hear the you can hear the sound effects from Return of the Jedi and from the Bad Batch in this scene right here. So then you see from all corners of the galaxy. So that means basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to take not just stories from Tatooine, they're trying to take like stories that go through the entire Skywalker saga, like one episode from Phantom Menace, one episode from Attack, well, not literally, but as you see, 9 episodes, 9 films in the Skywalker saga. So as you can understand, they're going to try to not do it just all in the original trailer. They're going to do some that take place in the prequels, some that take place in the originals, some that take place in the sequels. As we all know, the series is not canon, but they're going to take inspiration from the events of the canon Star Wars, and then they're going to take it to build this series. So then we have a droid, which appears to be, this could be Coruscant, this could be one of the droids that Ahsoka had to fight during Season 7. It does have a bit of resemblance to one of those Sentry droids, so I have no idea what this droid is, but this was like a pretty interesting thing, and I actually do think that it is Coruscant. So then we see a bunch of people surrounding him, and then we see this character, which is I believe it's a Jedi Master, because we saw this character in the Special Looks trailer with the Padawan. So I believe that this is the Jedi Master, and the Padawan was the person that you could see earlier. And the subtitles at the bottom say, "It's the first time I've confronted such darkness." So I'm assuming that this is a Jedi Master that has been on the Jedi Order, but then the Sith were gone, kind of like during the Old Republic. You know how Mace Windu didn't think that the Sith were back. So this guy, we're probably going to get a line maybe, "I don't think the Sith could have returned without us noticing." That would be a very good line if we got reference to the Phantom Menace by one of the characters saying that. So that is a possibility, but I don't know where this series could go. So then you see a character who is coming out of a TIE V1, that's what it's called, the TIE V1, which is the ship that the Inquisitorius used in Rebels. Now, I really love the design of the ship, how the wings fold down, and that is a direct reference to Rebels, which all the Inquisitorius were used in. So this character could be an Inquisitor or just a random Jedi who's using that ship that they've used from Star Wars Rebels. So now then we see, oh, the money scene right there. That's the scene with all the money right there. Sorry, I got to skip back like 10 seconds. But that is the scene with all the money right there. Give me a second. So we got the droid over here, the Jedi, and right here, Slave One. You can clearly tell that it's got the shape of Slave One, or I shouldn't be calling it Slave One anymore. It's called Fire Spray now because Disney has renamed it because they can't use the word slave anymore. So it is Fire Spray, but it's always going to be Slave One to me. So as you can see, you get the distinctive shape of Slave One. Oh, it's already been confirmed that Boba Fett is in the series, as we've seen him in concept art and stuff like that. And actually, because as I talked about earlier, the series is in Japanese, but it's also in English. Temuera Morrison is in the cast. So Temuera Morrison is going to be voicing Boba Fett as... You can't bring back Boba Fett without Temuera Morrison, so they decided to hire Temuera Morrison for this series. So that's another good thing. That could give us some more hope for this series because Temuera Morrison is a great actor. We all love his New Zealand accent, so it looks a bit exciting. We can get an exact voice from Boba Fett. It's kind of a bit annoying when, like, they have a character, but he doesn't sound the same as in the movies, like in the Clone Wars movie and series. They didn't get the same actors because, obviously, they would be too expensive to hire for an animated series. So this is good that we are getting Temuera Morrison back, so Boba Fett is probably going to sound the exact same. So then it appears to be on a rainy planet with lights, so there's probably shining down on somebody, probably going to pick somebody up like how the Ravagers picked up Peter Quill. So I don't know, that could be a reference to Guardians of the Galaxy when he does pick up Peter Quill, I don't know. So then we get, oh, it turns out it's actually shooting. See, so then you see it shooting, so maybe it's not picking up somebody, maybe it's doing a chase sequence, I don't know. Then you see characters which are clearly inspired by stormtroopers shooting. What I don't know if this is because as you can see right here, this looks exactly like a what's called a stun ray. But I don't know if they're just taking the design of the stun ray, and these are actually harmful shoots, because in all the trailers we've only seen the rings over here when a stormtrooper shoots. So I don't know if these are actually stun rays or if these are still just normal blaster rays. So then we see somebody who appears to be slowing down the stun rays, which is actually a question that I've had for a while. Is it possible to use the Force to slow down a stun ray? So this could give us the answer to, is it possible to slow down a stun ray? Because that's always an answer that I've always had. Can you use the Force to like slow down a stun ray? Because then I think that would be very cool if we got to see that in a Star Wars thing. So I love how they're making just a reference to that with this character right here. So yep. Then we see just this music. Then we see this character. We just see like two eyes. And if I my brightness is down a little bit, but if I just squint in my eyes, it looks like this is kind of like a robotic character kind of. So that was all the scene that we got. I tried to press play and pause again, but that's as close as we got. So it looks like it's kind of like a robotic character, like with maybe that's a droid that's a Sith, which we've never actually got before. There were always, I was always wondering, because obviously droids can't be Sith, but this is kind of like MOC from LEGO Star Wars Freemaker Adventures. MOC was a Sith who was a droid. He was an assassin droid, so this would be cool. Maybe that is going to be a Sith that is a droid, which we've never seen before. So like it says in the description of the series, this is basically taking things that we've never seen in Star Wars, questions that we've always had, but were too crazy to be answered in the Star Wars canon, and now we're getting answers to this. It's kind of like a Star Wars what if, kind of like Marvel's what if. So then we see that character with the beard again, and he has two lightsabers that are crossed right in front of each other. So he's clearly a bad guy, but I don't know what we're going to see with him. So then we see a droid that is a bug droid who's shooting a machine gun. And this looks like the black and white episode again, because everything is black and white but his shots. And in the background, if I just squint, I think that might be a clone trooper over there, or maybe it's a Wookiee. I don't know, but I can see just in the background right there. So then we're going to see right here, and this is another Grievous thing. Grievous is going to be coming after her. Look at this character. So she appears to have a stick that then shoots out a bunch of lightsabers. Then they can rotate around in circles, kind of like an umbrella. And she's deflecting a bunch of blaster bolts. So this also looks like the black and white episode because it's the same green shots that are being shot. And the background looks black and white. So I'm guessing this is also the black and white episode. So yeah, we see that. Then we see streaming September 22nd. So not too long, which is actually 4 days before my birthday. So this is kind of like a birthday present, early birthday present. So we'll see how that goes September 22nd. I'm actually pretty excited for this series. So then we have what appears to be a couple people riding a Kadu on Tatooine, which Kadu are native to Naboo, but maybe this is a Fudu, I don't know. But it appears to be one of the characters that they're basically kind of like the camels of the Star Wars universe, which appear to be going on Tatooine. Now this is probably going to be in the Tatooine episode, which we're going to see in a couple seconds. And look, we get a close up here, and then we get a close up of these characters. Now the character on the right actually has a resemblance to the E.T. character in Star Wars. You know how E.T. was featured in the Phantom Menace? Well, that has a striking resemblance to that E.T. character. So maybe that's another reference to how George Lucas put E.T. as a because Steven Spielberg put Yoda in E.T. So that could be another reference to that, which would be very cool if we got to see that. So yeah, then we see the bunny rabbit and the girl who appear to be like, because the subtitles say right here, wait, did the subtitles turn off again? Nope. So there's no talking, but she says right here, we're going to be a proper family. So right here it says we're going to be a proper family, but I think the subtitles somehow got turned off or something. But in the normal version it says we are going to be a proper family. So it seems that they're a family together. And now this scene right here, it appears to be an astromech who's shooting a bunch of missiles from his dome head. And this is a black and white episode again. So I don't know what world this is because it's in black and white. I can't really tell what planet this is, but I believe this is going to be an original planet. So, yeah, then we see all the missiles go and blow everything up. And this scene, this looks really cool. This is what's getting really excited. We see a bunch of stormtroopers. We see what appears to be the Inquisitor that we saw earlier up at front with the 6 lightsabers. And then we see 2 ATSTs behind them blow up. So it looks like this is in the middle of a battle. And this is one of the scenes that I really want to see in the series. ATSTs is a great reference to Return of the Jedi, which is really cool. I love to see references in these type of things. So this is a very cool scene. And this makes me even more excited for this series. So venture to familiar world, and this is the Mos Espa, Bunta Eva Classic. That's what the pod race is called. This is the Mos Espa Arena in the Bunta Eva Classic, and you get a nice close up, and that scene right there just looks super 3D. It looks almost like it's popping out of the screen. So that's gonna be really cool to watch in 4K if you have a 4K TV. Then you see a Rodian right here in the crowd right here, and another species which I don't know its name, but it's also back there. And yep, then you see somebody jumping up, and the subtitles say, "Let's make this our best show." So this episode is apparently about a kid who is in a band and wants to make their thing really big, which is a bit weird for Star Wars because music is not a thing in Star Wars unless you're counting the Star Wars Holiday Special. Then music is not a thing for Star Wars and singing. So this is an interesting take for Star Wars since the Star Wars Holiday Special. So this will be interesting to see how people respond to this episode. So then you see a close-up of 2B1 with a lightsaber, which actually has a striking resemblance to Ahsoka's lightsaber, kind of mixed up with Anakin's, because it does look a bit like that, but I don't know. And we see him getting up close to duel somebody else on a planet when this is also black and white. So I think this is also part of the black and white episode. It seems that we're getting a lot of clips from that black and white episode. So usually when they make trailers, they try to take clips from the first couple of episodes. So I'm guessing that black and white episode is going to be one of the first episodes in the series. And witness the possibilities is what it says. And then it says, "May the Force be with you," with the subtitles, which I did not turn on, which are always there. And you see somebody speaking in Japanese saying, "May the Force be with you." And then you see them using the Force on what looks to be like a pear or something. I don't know. That could be a reference to how Anakin lifted up the pear and then gave it to Padme, who cut it and then put it on her fork. So that could be a reference to that. Then this scene right here, which we've seen in the special looks trailer for Star Wars Visions, is the light twin and the dark twin fighting against each other, which what appears to be like Force lightning or something. So that's a reference to Palpatine and a reference to kind of the, like, one twin is light and one twin is dark. So we see that right there. Then we see an explosion right here, which I had no idea what this is. It appears to be a Star Destroyer, which is manned with a gun that you can see with, like, the red thing over there. I'm probably going to circle it if I can remember. Then you see something, a circle, like, bringing in that looks like it's about to explode. But before you can get to see that, you see somebody take a kyber crystal, slam it into themselves for some reason. Like, what are they doing? Then close a box that appears to be, I'm trying to pause it and play. Then you see them, like, I don't know what's going on right here. I really can't describe this. It looks like a bunch of Force lightning is coming out of this character. This appears to be the evil twin that I was talking about earlier. The evil twin. So I have no idea what's going on right now. I can't even describe what is going on right now. Like, this is a pretty lousy review because usually in a review, I usually explain to you what's going on. But really, I have no idea what's going on. So we're going to see what else. So then you see a couple of fast-paced scenes right here. Then you can see the twins right here. So this is actually a very interesting scene right here. So you can see both of the twins, and this may reveal that maybe the twins were created by the Sith. Maybe kind of like as a reference to the Palpatine creation. So maybe the twins were created by the Sith. They were both supposed to be dark side, but then one of them went to the light side. So this is a very interesting scene right here. Then you see a brain really quickly. Then you see then you see the twins as babies in like a bacta tank is what that appears to be. I have no idea. This is a very weird scene. Then you see that evil bearded Sith guy who's just laughing. Then you see someone using the Force. And actually, I have no idea. I paused it perfectly right here. And I didn't see this scene when I first watched it. So right next to the camera, you can see Boba Fett. And then you see a character which appears to be a Hutt who's shooting a flamethrower, which is really weird. I've never, this is so cool. I didn't even notice this on my first thing. So this is really cool. And Boba Fett looks really cool. He looks exactly like he does in the movie. So I'm really excited for this part. Then you saw a couple of really fast scenes. You saw somebody falling off a cliff, which I didn't pause it quick enough. Then you see a Tusken Raider with a cycler rifle in the black and white episode, shooting at something. Then you see this looks like a Theta class attack shuttle, which is what Palpatine's shuttle was, exploding. You see a character which appears to be R2 doing his scomplic thing. Sorry, I can't really pause it fast enough because this is moving really quick, so sorry about this. Then you see another character which appears to have a kyber crystal on top of a lightsaber, which is really weird, but I don't know what's going on right here. And then you see the evil beardo with the Force lightning. You could definitely see that his lightsaber looks exactly like a samurai sword lightsaber. Then you see somebody going into hyperspace, one of the twins, which appears to be on the outside. Maybe this is like an upside down shot because this looks like the cockpit of an X-Wing, except it kind of looks upside down for some reason. Then you see Boba Fett really quickly. Sorry, I couldn't pause it quick enough, but you see Boba Fett flying really quickly. Somebody fighting on a speeder. And then you see them jump off the speeder, and with the epic music going in the background, you see them deflect a couple shots and chop right through the thing, and this is the end. Well, right here you see the bunny says, I accept this responsibility. So this bunny character is going to become a Jedi. It is what it appears to be. Then you see this character right here with Force lightning, and this is the evil twin, I think. And you see the light side twin on the more forward. Then you see this character grab like 6 lightsabers again. Then you see the good twin come attack her. And then you see a bit of lightsaber dueling. Then she does a bit of like a lightsaber throw kind of. And her lightsaber appears to be a whip lightsaber. Kind of like the Legend lightsaber that we've had. So she just whips it up and then it wraps around the light side twins lightsaber. Then you get a close-up of the face. And then you see Star Wars Visions in paint. Original series streaming September 22nd. Disney+. And there you go. That is the Star Wars Visions trailer. I know this was a pretty long video. I'm going to have to do probably a lot of editing after this. But this was a pretty cool trailer, I have to admit. Pretty cool. This makes you really excited for the series, which is probably something that I wasn't going to say before. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe because I do have 12 subscribers now. So I'm going up the subscriber thing. Still have a long way to get monetized, but it would be nice if you subscribe. Don't forget to also subscribe to my Star Wars Now Gaming Clips channel because I do post a lot of gaming clips there. I'll be posting more often there, so this is my episode review. And tell me in the comments if you are going to be watching this, and bye.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi. Huh?